Innomotics, as you said, new, but with a lot of tradition. So at the end, it's an entity. Innomotics, the name stands for innovation and motion. So that means we are having a huge range of electrical motors. So this is from low voltage to high voltage motors is the range. Owning 16 factories all around the world. It's about medium voltage drives. It's about solution business. So that means really combining technology from electrification to automation to digitalization, and all of this backed up by services as an elemental part. It's a big player, so we are talking about 3 billion company, 15,000 people all around the world, nearly 50 countries covered. So it's a major player in this field. In most of the industries, really, what we are covering, it's one of the top 3 suppliers. So it's a business where it was decided it makes much more sense to have more flexibility, to be able to really be set up in the way to have the optimum to cover the markets that are there. And one very important market, this is why we are also here, is mining. Mining is one of the key parts covered by the solutions, where we have from starting gearless mill applications, gearless mill drives, up to digitalization with a wide range we are covering there with dedicated teams all around the world for this business.
Well, as much as Innomotics is a company with a long heritage in providing traditional infrastructure in the electrification space for mining, we really wanted to showcase the innovation potential of data and digitalization for the industry. So what we did with our pit-to-port demonstration is show how integrating a whole range of data sources across different processes, different operational silos from different legacy information systems in a mine can enable a kind of radical visualization of the entire state of the process from end to end. So the power of that is that by seeing the status of information, not just in one individual component of the operation, but across the value chain, you really have the ability to identify where are the bottlenecks, what's holding up the operation, what's stopping the value from flowing. And from that, you can then really drill down using the power of a range of digital technologies, from simulation to machine learning to digital twins, to really deep dive into what is the cause of the bottleneck, what are the right solutions, analyze different scenarios, and find the best possible way to optimize the flow of material and therefore value through the entire mining operation. And so that's really what we put on stage yesterday, just to showcase to the industry that data can really add value. It's not just a buzzword.
One key asset is clearly the full range we are delivering. So if you I already mentioned the gearless mill drives. There are only 2 suppliers in the market, so we are starting really there with the biggest equipment. We are the clear number 1 for gearless conveyors, so that means if you come from the electrification part, so that means really having applications around motors and drives, we are the key player, especially in the mining industry. This then combined with the automation knowledge and automation solutions, so that means integrating mining processes in automation language. This is our core know-how we are bringing in, and then we have a huge digital team, so that means we are not a small player there, we are a key digital supplier for mining companies implementing our technology knowledge into mining solution, optimizing everything, and this is the big differentiator. Plus, at the end, we're talking about projects, solutions. It's about people that are able to engineer the equipment towards the mining site requirements, and it's about people executing projects. And the service setup at the end in the mining environment. We have a huge service setup from just servicing our equipment up to really servicing complete mine sites with all around. So this is why we are clearly a key player in this field. This is why we have a strong position to serve the market.
Innomotics is a new brand, although we have a long legacy and we bring some of Siemens' most trusted and powerful technologies to market. We've just introduced this new name, and we really want to establish in the eyes of the mining industry in particular that Innomotics is a trusted go-to player. We are here in South Africa with a dedicated, strong team focused on mining applications, and we want everyone to be aware that we're committed to this market and we can really offer great solutions to help with the challenges that the mining industry faces in terms of increasing productivity, more challenging mining environments, meeting the challenges of decarbonization and ESG responsibility.
One important part is really the global footprint. So we have to be flexible and navigate from one area to the other to really look what is happening, what are solutions to get around this. And this in combination with a strong team, that means the people behind that are able to manage projects in a very professional manner from the early phase. That means thinking in the early phase about what are possible effects, being able to react on it, having always a plan B in mind. This is what we are asked to do, this is what we are doing, and this is how we are reacting on what's happening to be able to really deliver in the best way, taking these circumstances into consideration.
I think mining is an industry that is famously not for the faint-hearted. So the mining industry is no stranger to challenges and to ups and downs. And I think from our perspective, we really see a bright future. If you look into the medium and long term, there's no question that in order to achieve a sustainable energy transition, there has to be a contribution from the mining sector. Whether you talk about new strategic and critical elements, whether you talk about traditional staples like copper and steel, these things play a key role in enabling industry to decarbonize and to achieve efficiencies, and we need to find a way to do it in a sustainable way here on the African continent. So we're pretty confident that we have the right technologies and the right solutions to help the industry achieve that, and we're looking to build partnerships with industry to really drive that forward. And with that approach, I'm pretty confident that we'll be successful.